Hi, I'm Willie. Welcome to Saturday Streaming. I don't even know if there's anybody here yet. But if you are here, make sure you say hi in the chat. And let's get this going this morning. Let's see. I'll check and see if there's anybody watching yet. $19 of you. 19 of you in there. That's fantastic. Loud and clear today. Good morning. Hello, 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 hello. So, I didn't have too many specific things to talk about this morning. I just wanted to pop in for a quick live stream, say hi, take some questions. I do have a couple things. Florida's in the... Hey, James, I need to send you my that spreadsheet. Man, everybody, we're representing around the world today. There's Norway, Belgium, Florida, the UK. Got anything in the rack yet? Aaron, I am still rearranging my office. I've got a rack sitting over here. I've got a rack right here. They're populated bare bones, but we will be putting stuff in the rack. I got some really cool stuff coming. I'm doing some really cool stuff at Grandstream that you're going to see. If you didn't see, they launched their commercial carrier grade phones later in this week, so we're going to be looking at those. It's going to be fantastic. Let me show you. I do occasionally get viewer mail. So, Australians love me. It's probably because I have such an awesome accent. So I've got a couple things that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a video on this. And what this is it's like a $45 car alarm. Now, normally, I wouldn't do a video on something like this, but the company that engineered this and makes this is German. So I hold this product in a higher standard than I would something, say, made somewhere else in the world. But it's designed and made in Germany, so I have very high hopes for this car alarm. So we're going to be doing a video on this. This just showed up yesterday. They are not paying me for this. They did send me the product. So, hey, South Dakota's in the house. Montreal, Quebec, Canada, all over the place. All right, so you will be seeing a video on this. Like I said, they didn't pay me, but I do get to keep it. I will probably give it away because my car has an alarm. But what's really nice about this is not only is it a car alarm, but it's got USB charging on it, so it's got a little key fob, the whole bit. So we're going to check it out. I'm going to give it I'm going to give it a shot. Usually I pass on these kinds of things, but I thought that this was interesting enough, and especially being engineered and made in Germany, that I wanted to show it off. So that video will be coming soon. Now, like I said, I have a lot of friends in Australia. I do a lot of business in Australia. I know that everything in Australia wants to eat and kill you. However, that was supposed to be a joke. But one thing that is really big outside of the United States, and it seems to be in Europe and Australia, is Draytech routers. And I've never had one here. I've worked on a few of them. And so somebody from Australia made a comment like, hey, somebody should send Willie a Draytech. And I was like, I would love it if you would send me a Draytech. So yesterday in the post, this Draytech all the way from Australia shows up. And this is a Vigor 130. And what I'm going to do a video on it. So it is a DSL. It's actually a VDSL. Is that what it says? VDSL2, ADSL2. I don't know if it'll work with my DSL here. It'd be awesome if it did, but the video is going to be a little slow coming on this one, only because so it came this. I mean, this thing is like they went to a supplier in Australia and pulled it off the shelf. So the one thing that I've got to do is I've got to get a different power supply, because this one is not modular, and as you can see, it is not going to plug into anything that I own here. I suppose I could get some sort of an adapter kit, but let's see. This adapter is, man, I can't read that. It's 100 to 240 volts in, and it's 12 volt 1 amp out, and it's just a little barrel connector. So I should just be able to go pick one of these up pretty much anywhere. So I have to do that. I'll put that on my list. This unit was manufactured 4/19 of 2018, but the Draytech itself, I'm sure that those power supplies are not manufactured by Draytech. They buy them from some third-party manufacturer. But this, let's see. I don't know if there's date codes on here like there is like some of the other equipment, but if so, this was made in 2018. And it's a really nice looking little unit. In fact, I actually just worked on one of these this week, and the way that it handles DNS is unlike the way that any other router I've ever worked on handles DNS. You don't have to tell, like, your clients will get external DNS addresses, but it can still inline manipulate DNS, and so we're able to do some really cool DNS things with these Draytechs that we're not able to do with other routers. So it's pretty sweet. Yeah, Draytech is still solid, and I run into a lot of them, and not so much in the States, but everywhere else I definitely run into those. So those are a couple of the new things. Like I said, the new Grandstream phones will be coming in. We've still got still working and providing feedback on this. Like I said, this is meant to be a PA, right? So they are targeting hospitals, schools, multi-dwelling units. They are not trying to compete with like Axis or even Ubiquiti. Actually, if they were competing with Ubiquiti, this has already got, it's SIP enabled, so it's already better than the EDU. But all right, hey, Microcom Technologies in the house. David Stevenson in the house. Let's answer some viewer questions. Willie, what would you recommend for a VoIP decked phone handset setup if you indeed use that combination? So I'm assuming when you're talking about decked, you're talking about a cordless phone, a wireless phone. And in that case, I would go with the Grandstream. Makes a really nice decked phone. The base, I think, is about $40. If you check my Amazon store, you'll see it in there. The base can have 5 of the handsets paired to it, and I think the handsets are like $30, $35, $40 a piece, something like that. You can buy them individually, but each base station will cover 5 phones, and they make a long range model as well. And then I think, don't take this for gospel, but I think you can maybe pair the base stations and do some repeating. I'm not 100% sure on that. That's something we're going to have to test. All right, Havoc asks us, hello there, how are we today? I'm doing well. I've done the dishes for the day already. Dishes are done, out of the way, and we mowed. So mowing is out of the way. So that's fantastic. It'll be time to catch up on everything else. And today is the first day that I'm getting, excuse me, getting back into making sure that I'm watching what I eat. So, yeah, Ricardo, the video may freeze at times. I only have a 3 megabit uplink right now, so it may occasionally get choppy. And then he asks, question, is it easy to DDNS to an edge router graphical user interface? Yes, Havoc. Go look at my videos, and there are videos on how to do the dynamic DNS in an edge router. Patrick Grismore says that Yealink, he has a Yealink DECT phone in his house, works well. Yealink is good, solid stuff. SpectraLink, I don't think I've used, I'm trying to think if I've used SpectraLink. Maybe there was one in a current installation, because I know the name, but I can't say that I've personally configured one. Jose asks, what would cause the remote Grandstream phone UCM drop connection after about a minute? That is likely a NAT issue, Jose. So you definitely want to make sure that your NAT is set up correctly. Havoc says we should get a world map and pin where we get our hellos from. Should be interesting. You know what? All right, so I found out that in this town that's 30 minutes from where we live, there's actually a reseller of height adjustable desks, because I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with my office. The last thing I told my wife is I'm going to get some beanbag chairs, and I'm going to be like the mini Google, right? I'm going to have beanbag chairs, and I'm just going to get this thing, and I'm going to do everything from my laptop, and I'm going to sit in a beanbag chair. And I was like, no, because then I'm making the videos and the live streams. It just wouldn't, I like to stand up when I work. I haven't been standing. It was something I did for years. And then I started sitting earlier this year, but so they sell manual height adjustable desks. So it's got a crank on it, and you crank it, and the height of the desk, goes up and down depending on which way you crank it. So I'm going to get one of those. And then, because everybody's liking the whiteboard, instead of doing the on-screen with the Wacom pen like I did, everybody seems to really like the whiteboard videos. So what I'm going to do is they also have a two-sided whiteboard that's 4x3. And so now I got to decide. The shipping is free. I actually found them on eBay, and they're literally 30-35 minutes from here. So now the question is, do I go pick the stuff up, or do I let them use their free shipping and ship it here? That's kind of where I'm at. But as a background, I should get a cork board, Havoc. That's right. Or get the one they make tiles that are 1x1. They've got an adhesive back, and you can stick them right to the wall. Excuse me. We could put one of those up and put a world map and start putting pins in. I love that idea, Havoc. We'll call it the Havoc map. Email me so I don't forget that, because I will print out a little thing when we get there. It's going to probably be a few weeks. But we'll put the Havoc map underneath, since that was kind of your idea. All right, Wybo, and I'm so sorry. I think I slaughter your name every time. I'm going to have to do more live streams. But asks, would such a setup be possible to link a regular POTS? I am thinking of getting a US number via SIP, plus have the Ecuador regular line on POTS via the local provider. Did I miss part of the question? If I did, I think I might be. So with a Grandstream, you can have a local line, and you can bring in a SIP line, and I'm actually my provider, I'm having some problems with the NAT and getting my phone to work properly. For those of you who have been calling me on my website, I actually changed my phone number over to my Google Voice number, because I'm having such problems. So I'm actually going back to I'm going to terminate my Google Voice on the Obi Hi box, and then we're going to go OB high to the Grandstream. So I've got 2 POTS lines coming in. I'm going to have the Google Voice number, which is my published number, and then we have the other number that is dedicated here. Because I don't have, so I've got the 6202, the UCM 6202, so I can split those FXO ports up and have 2 different trunks, copper trunks, one Google, one Frontier. And then what I can do is my incoming routes, based on which trunk the call comes in, I can have one trunk ring all the phones and let us know that that's one type of call, and then the other trunk can go to the IVR that you're all used to. Oh, Havoc. That's not a good idea. If you need to get into your Edge router remotely, use my video and set up VPN. Don't, unless you're going to tie it down to an IP address, don't open your Edge router's GUI to the internet. I run into that, and I always have to tell people, we'll be trucking along, and I have to stop and I have to tell people it's not a good idea to leave that GUI open to the public internet. All right, Dad Dexter's saying he's got some problems with Yealink. Yealink W52P hangs up when picking handset up off charging station when answering calls. I don't know. I don't have that Yealink. I talked to Yealink and asked them if they wanted to send me some handsets for evaluation, and they wanted to charge me for the evaluation. So I was like, never mind. I'm all about testing it, and if it's a great product, pushing the product, but I'm not going to pay for it unless it's something I really believe in. And I don't really super duper believe in Yealink at this point. I mean, I've used some of their lower end handsets and they work great, but it's nothing that I'm going to go out and buy one of. Grandstream handsets I think are awesome. Cisco handsets work good. Avaya, there's a few other brands. There's actually another brand that I want to try that just got released by a reseller that I follow in Australia that I think I'm going to try out. Weibo, if you can type the whole question, then I will come back to it there. Hey, Unky Joe's in the house. Unky Joe, I can't wait to get my office done and you get your stuff done so we can collaborate. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to kick everybody off. I know there's some other streaming traffic going on. So, Jeff says, hey, Willie, custom firmware for HDAPs from UBNT have been running for 1 month with no disconnects. Now I'm torn on getting a few more nanos or debating for Wi-Fi 6. Any thoughts? So, I don't know when Wi-Fi 6 will be coming to Ubiquiti, and I don't know if that custom firmware, I'm thinking that, is that something that Ubiquiti posted in the forum? Anyway, other manufacturers are moving ahead with Wi-Fi 6. So, Dexter, that is awesome. You'll have to email me. I have a different address from the last time that we did business. Andrew, Fanville phones. That is actually the phone. I have not tried them, but I want to try them because all of my Australian friends are pumping these things up and saying that Fanville is going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. So if anybody wants to send me a Fanville phone, I will definitely try it out and add it. I'm actually... so I'm going to display other phones, but Grandstream is going to become the prominent... I'm working on how to design my office and the layout and all that stuff. And Grandstream is for voice over IP is going to be the predominant player there. But I would love to try the Fanville. So, yeah, I got to tell you, I got other customers who are trying all kinds of other products besides Ubiquiti when it comes to wireless, because it seems like all these other manufacturers are super hungry, and they are... all these other manufacturers seem to be listening to their users and implementing things that their users want, and Ubiquiti seems to have just these, I don't know, I can't explain it, but I will tell you that other vendors are hungry, other vendors are eating Ubiquiti's breakfast, And that's just, I mean, that's just how it goes. And by the way, Cambium is getting ready to do their IPO. I am not going to miss this one. So, and I'm finishing up becoming Cambium certified, and Cambium is coming on strong. So Cambium's certification program works differently than Ubiquiti's. It's a little bit more, well, to me, it was a little bit more friendly. And so we'll see how that all works out. But I've got high hopes for Cambium in the future. Let's see. Can you get Polycom VV40X VVX401 phones to work on the Grandstream 6200 series? So Van Hansen, if it is a SIP based phone, yes, we can make it work. So the internet at the new place for now is bonded DSL. I get a blazing 36 megabits down and 3 megabits up. So yeah, there's no paint fumes from the back, but and then that blue thing that you can see over my shoulder right there, that's part of our well. But yeah, so at the last place I had gigabit internet, gigabit symmetrical, and so I never had any issues. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, and James James is my guy that does a lot of voice over IP consulting for me. And James just ripped out a free PBX out of a customer. The free PBX was supposed to have a 5-year warranty. 2 years into it, the hard drive goes bad, and the warranty wasn't honored. You know, they wanted like $1,300 or $1,500 to fix it, and so James actually traded my customer the labor to set up a UCM. And so, and the customer, James, correct me if I'm wrong, but the customer's way happier with the UCM than they were with the free PBX box. It's just how it is, and I see it time and time again. But we'll see how it works out. Yeah, Unky Joe. Yeah, and if you ever decide that you want to come up to humid Illinois, you know, we could host you, put you up, and show you around. Weibo says, I was offered gigabit fiber to the home, but it would switch from 200 to 200. I have now $78 a month. Yeah, so my gigabit internet was no contract, $74 a month. No data caps. So the good news is that provider is at the crossroads of two sections about 4 miles that away. And if they get enough people on this road that show interest, then they will build down the road. I also heard that I have the cable company coming from this direction. Now, the really interesting thing is I actually have AT&T fiber running through my my front yard. So if I could get my neighbors, you know, we've been talking about doing these WISP videos. How awesome would it be for me to get fiber trenched from my front yard to my office, put a tower up, go to Tim's house, you guys watch us take the 30-foot tower down, and we hit everybody going up and down this road. The problem is I don't know what AT&T would charge a guy like me for fiber. I don't know that I could afford it, but I don't know. So I'm going to have to find out. And I don't even know anymore who the contact in this area is. So I'm going to have to figure all those things out. But yeah, it'd be awesome to get 250 meg, just start out with a 250 meg fiber link coming in and sell, you know, 50 meg symmetrical packages to the neighbors. You know, I've even got neighbors I could hit with 900 megahertz and do like 10 meg packages for like $10 a month, $20 a month. You know, so we'll see. Yeah, gigabit was worth it for me. No, Havoc on that service that I was on, which is provided by a company. If you guys want to look them up, the name of the company was Mid-Century. They have absolutely no data caps. So, 100 gig is nothing. I mean, we were using terabytes a month. So, and I will tell you that this DSL is maxed all the time. you know, not only do I have 40 to 50 devices on my lab network that are, you know, going out and doing who knows what, but you know, I've got, you know, kids and they've got devices and the TVs and all that. I mean, just the family stuff is probably another 20 devices. And you know, we have Netflix for now. We have Hulu for now. Amazon Prime, I won't get rid of that. But the state of Illinois is actually wanting to start taxing streaming services at 7%. And if you haven't looked at the state of Illinois in the news, we have lots of new taxes. Our gas tax is going to double starting July 1st. All kinds of good stuff. Yeah, my upload, Jason, is probably pegged. But I'm going to be doing some other videos. We've been live for about 26 minutes, and actually I can actually see the quality of the stream. So let me see if I pause other devices. So right now I've got some Amplify going on. Let me see if I can show you this, but let me see if I can find out what devices are chewing up all of the bandwidth here. So I'm not sure. My printer, it's doing something, but I can't see it going out to the internet. Let's see here. My Roomba, the Roomba is talking. I'm gonna pause the Roomba, and you heard that when I paused the that device. Pause my wife's iWatch. Pause the Sonos. Pause the iPad. Pause the phone. Pause the phone. Let's see. I don't think it's getting any better. I don't think it's getting any better. But so you can see James is saying that yeah, the customer is so much happier with the GrandStream than they were with the free PBX. Van Hansen, do you like the GrandStream WP820 wireless phone? I love it, but you need to have your Wi-Fi tuned if you're going to do it. Yes, Jason, that would be an awesome video. I'm trying to figure out. I think my phone is the one that's doing that. That's hardwired. Pause the printer. What's the printer doing? I don't know what this other thing's doing. GrandStream. I'm just gonna pause everything. Oh, it's the Roku. It's the Roku. All right, so those devices are paused. So let's see if the stream gets any better. It just went from red to yeah. I got a lot of devices paused, and I got some that are still. I don't know. I don't know if the stream's gonna get any better here, but Unky Joe, what is FOP? For some reason, that acronym. There's so many acronyms for everything. Yeah, Aaron Brucker saying that he's not sad he moved to Georgia. But no, we should definitely do a QoS video where this machine gets priority to upload to YouTube. That would be fantastic. I'm sure I'm going to go back and watch this later, and it's going to be choppy, and then I'm going to be sad about it. Let's see. Got just about everything paused here. Pause that and see what happens. Oh, flash operator panel. So Unky Joe, there are some kind of like alternative things that you can do. We should have an offline conversation about that. Yeah, and I want to thank everybody. I hit 40,000 subscribers this week, and you guys you blow my minds. So, and James is going to help me pick up that conversation, but we should definitely have an offline conversation. So email me, Joe, and James and I will get an email chain going here, and we'll see if we can help you with that. But, all right, so we have been streaming. Yeah. The interface that I am using to pause the devices, it's the Amplify. And you can see that I've got a lot of devices paused there. So I could pause internet on all devices, but then we would completely lose the stream. And I'm just keep hitting the pause button there. But we've been here for about a half hour, but I really appreciate all of you. And I've got some more videos coming. We're going to do that subnet primer. We're going to talk more about VLANs. The VLANs, those generated, I didn't know how much interest there would be in that stuff, but there's apparently quite a bit of interest. So we're going to go back to that. But this is, oh, I'm dropping a huge amount of frames. I wonder if I can, if I change my, let's see, general, I wonder if I change, like, if I can, I'll probably have to tune some of the stuff for the stream too. How does Amplify compare to a more commercial setup with UniFi? Jason, I'm going to tell you this right now. Amplify just works, right? So we've got it plugged in and it just works and it's flawless. I didn't have to tune it. It did everything. And I'm going to tell you the Amplify here worked way better than some of the UniFi stuff. But I had a lot of it too, you know, 6 APs in like 900 square feet. Occasionally you're going to run into some road bumps, but I test a lot of things too. But yeah, so once again, I do appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, I will see you in the next video. If you need to get a hold of me, make sure you go to williehowe.com, fill out that contact form, shoot me an email, give me a buzz. I may not answer the phone. You can leave a message, all that good stuff. But again, thank you for spending time with me on your Saturday. And I will see all of you in the next video.